Okay, let's look at the first one. What's the common ratio? Max? What's the common ratio?
1.45.
Okay, now for the hard part. Now is this decay or growth?
Growth.
It's growth. So what's the percent increase?
45.
Okay. And it's usually pretty easy if it's 1 point something. If it's not, then it's harder. Okay. Jack, what's the common ratio?
0.92.
0.92. Decay or growth?
Okay.
Decay. Okay, and let's see, what do we have to do? What's the percent decay? It's what? It's 8%. Okay, so it sounds like we're getting this. We got this part. How about the group over here? What about this one? Oh, now this one's tougher because this isn't 1 point. What's the common ratio? 4. So what's the percent? Do you remember what you do? You subtract 1, which gives you 3, but it's not 3%. It's 300%. If you got that, that's really good. Okay, you're putting your iPad away. We're not doing that. Do I have to take it away again? Okay. This is a review. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, Max? Yes?
How did you get 8 for the second one?
Because you take 1 minus 0.92, which gives you 0.08, and then as a percent, it's 8%. And that's the way you kind of can check this. I would like to say it's 3%, but it's not. It's 300%. Forgot the percent sign. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to reverse this whole thing.
Oh.
You're going to be given the percent increase, and you're going to find the common ratio.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, well, that's not that bad. So that's what we're going to do. So here's my percent change. It's a 29% increase. So what is going to be my common ratio?
Increase, is that growth?
That's growth. Growth. Hopefully your salary is going to grow.
1.29.
Okay, Xavier, what is this going to be? Well, that's why you need to pay attention. To back it up, to get the percent, we subtracted 1. So to back it up, we're going to add 100%. Okay, what am I hearing back there? I don't want to hear it. So it's 1.29. What about a 6% increase? So you're going to add 1 to that. This is 0.06, right? And you add 1 to it, so it's 1.06. We're backing up what we just did. Okay, Max?
Yeah.
How about a decrease?
75%. 0.75.
Okay, you're going to take, this is 0.25, and we subtract, we're going to still do the same thing. 1 minus that, so it's going to be 0.75. That one's going to be the same thing, which is nice. I don't want percent sign there. Oops. Common ratio. How about an 86% decrease?
14.14.
No. Sorry. My brain's not working. So it's 14%. How'd you get that? You took 1 minus 0.86. That gives you 0.14. Okay, Emily, Kennedy, I need you quiet. What?
You just do 100 minus 86.
Yes, you can do this as percents, and you got to change it back to a decimal. Same thing. I should be writing this down. Do you need a pencil? Okay? That's all we're doing. Are you ready to write equations now? Can you change your increase or decrease to a common ratio? That's the hard part about the equations. They are not given the common ratio.
Whoa! Check, look at him on the screen.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't like this. Okay, you are a golfer. And when you were young, you could only drive the ball 30 yards. So, okay, guys, this is your beginning. This is your starting value. Okay, is that okay? That's your starting value. So basically it's going to be the starting value times the common ratio to the x power. And it says every year you've been practicing, you've increased your drive by 34%. What's the common ratio then? Now, no, because the percent of increase is 34%. You haven't lost what you started with. You started with 100% of the 30, and you add the 34%. So the common ratio is 1.34. So tomorrow's lesson is very similar in the sense that it's just the same kind of thing again. So we might be able to get a couple of worksheets done and get caught up. We're already a day behind.
On the bottom is that 100% or
That's a 100%. Because you get the 30 yards you started with. You don't lose those 30 yards. So you have 100% of that, and then you increase your distance by 34%. So it's 1.34. Oh, so what's the equation? The equation is your starting value, which is 30, times the common ratio, 1.34, to the x.
We do another one.
Oh yeah, we got lots to do.
Because I don't understand.
It's this formula. It's your starting value times your common ratio to the x.
Is that the answer to this?
Yes. If you want to do it in recursions, okay, I'm going to do it right. It's u0 equals 30. U sub n equals u sub n minus 1 times 1.34. Okay, why am I hearing all that noise in the back, you guys? It's tough for me to talk. It's tough for me to be here. I'm here because of you guys. And I will have to miss a week because I'm going to go to a cancer treatment center. So, and who knows, if I have to struggle like this, then I won't be back, and then you'll have to have a sub, and that's not a good thing.
That is sub every year.
I know, I try not to do it. I'm sorry I got sick this year. And I'm lucky I did, I guess. Because if I hadn't gotten sick with the hernia, I wouldn't have found the cancer. And the cancer wouldn't be stage 1A. It would be 3. And then they wouldn't have been able to do surgery. And then I probably would have had to do chemo. So I still would have been out. So it's a good thing that they caught it when they did. But it's hard. I mean, this whole side hurts. Because they took out half my lung, remember that. Okay, your grandpa has a rare coin collection. Some of you probably don't have grandpas anymore. I haven't had even parents. But you have somebody who cares about you who's older, has a coin collection. He purchases one of the coins for $5. Okay, you guys? Shh. Emily, what's your starting value? He buys it for $5.
Oh,
Starting
God.
value is $5.
That's your starting value. Think of the zeros original.
Can I go back a little bit?
No, when you wait, we need
This lesson?
after the lesson, sure. Now, the coin has been increasing in value by 7%. So the increase is 7%. Now, you don't lose with the $5. So how do you get your common ratio? You add 100%, because you still have that, plus the 7%. Then you got to change back to a decimal. So it's 107%. So what is that?
Nice, Kennedy. Thank you.
Is that okay, Samantha? Now you just have to write the equation, and they're always the same. The y value, the output, is going to be your initial value. I'm just going to write it in words, times the common ratio to the x power. So it's $5 times 1.07 to the x. So when x is 0, that's your starting value, you get $5. So you get $5, then the next year, you're going to get $5 times 1.07. The next year, it's $5 times 1.07. It's this value right here times 1.07. You keep going. So in the next year, it's 5 times 1.07. 1.07, whatever this is, this year times 1.07 again. And that's why you end up to the x power. Because you're writing this, I don't know how many times I'm going to do this. Okay, got some more. You're a runner from Minnetonka. They must have some meets coming on because some people are dressed in their gear today.
Whoa.
And your time at the beginning of the season is 1.45. Okay? Over the season, you get faster. And decreasing your time, we want to decrease our time, don't we? Right, Colin? You want to decrease, so it's a decrease of 2%. Okay, what's the common ratio? Emily? Put the phone away, please. What's your common ratio? take 100%, it's a decrease, minus 2%. So what is that?
98%.
Okay, so what's the common ratio in the decimal form? Yep. So your formula is going to be your starting value, which is 1.45 times 0.98 to the x. And we're going to let x start with 0 because 0.98 to the 0 is 1. So it gives you your starting time. But each week, so these x represents your weeks, each week you're decreasing it a little bit. This is decay. What's the curve look like? You should have graphed those. It should look like that. For me, it might go the other way. But okay. So Xavier's going to try this one. Oh yeah. Money this is very applicable to money. Now, right now, interest rates are pretty bad for putting money in bank account.
If you know that your money's going down by 62%, why don't you just take it out?
Well, sometimes you don't know, like the stock market, it's crashed a couple times in my life. And you don't know. One day it's going fine, the next day all of a sudden it's dropped 62%. What are you going to do? You take it out. I did do that, and it was at the lowest point. So I lost all that money. I should have just let it be. It's the way it works sometimes. That's why you don't take it out. Yeah, I think this is a crazy example. You're right.
I like that. I like all this stuff.
So let's not make it. Let's make it in stacks. Okay? You put $500 in the stock market.
Place it out.
Yeah, you are. Okay. The reason it's not good is because the economy has gone bad, and your account, and this could, guys, this could happen, Kennedy, this could happen in a bank, because if you don't keep a certain minimum balance, they charge you fees now. Your checking accounts aren't free. Okay, Max? So it might be $10 a month they charge. That's usually what they're charging. So a lot.
I've had $30 at the bank for like 5 years.
Depending on what kind of account you have. Okay, this one's losing 62%. Okay, Xavier can help me find the common ratio. You started at 100%, right? But you're losing 62%. What is your percent decrease? Or what is your decrease here? Subtract 100 minus 62. What's 100 minus 2? What's 10 minus 2?
10 minus 2.
Okay. And then you borrowed, so it's 9 minus 6, which is, you borrowed 30. I mean, I want to make it 40, but when you add it up, it doesn't work. So it's 38%. So what is it? No, because 100 minus 2. Okay. So what's the equation look like, Xavier?
Looks like y.
What's the starting value? What's the starting value? What's the starting value? That's how much you start with. And then, what's 38% as a decimal?
1.
No, you're right.
0.38, yeah.
Okay, Max?
Why do you put the X?
Because it's for each year. So at the beginning year 0, you have $500. But what happened in year 1? You had 500 times 0.38. And by the way, I'm missing another calculator. You guys, please don't remove my calculators from my room. If you do, bring them back. So I'm going to get a calculator out here. Okay, you guys? Girls? Jane, how much is that? How much money do you have? You put your money in the stock market, lose $500, and you have a decay of 0.38 times 500. This is a very bad investment. You have $190. Whoa. Okay, Kennedy and Emily, you need to sit in different places. I need you quiet while I'm teaching.
Oh,
Okay? Now, that was after year 1. What about year 2? Okay, this is really, 190 is this one. Year 2, you're going to take 190 times what? 0.38. So how much money do you have now? Not very much. $72.20. Now, you're going to hope the stock market's going to increase. It'll come back up.
what kind of job would you
Might not. If you're going to invest in the stock market, During business, you're going to use this all the time. Okay? Let's see if there's another one, because you have some to try. Oh, that was it. Okay. How do you do this? Xavier? You do your starting value. Pay attention. Xavier, over here.
Okay.
You do your starting value. That's easy to find, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's times the common ratio, which is the hard part, to the x. You're going to have to change the percent to the common ratio.
Alright.
Okay, guys? If it's an increase, if it's that kind of percent, then you are going to subtract 1. If it's a decrease, you're going to take 1 minus. Well, I'd rather do 100 minus the percent, and then change to a decimal. It all depends on how you look at it. Okay, so we have a couple days of doing this. And let me find them. They're here. And they're kind of set up for you.